welcome to the final section of the DVD. In this section we're going to be looking at sweep picking. Sweep picking is kind of like the final frontier of technical guitar playing, in that a lot of guitar players aspire to kind of use the technique for playing arpeggios, but it takes quite a bit of patience, and often people try and rush it. So I'm going to kind of really break it down into little bite-sized chunks so that you can have a go at the technique and hopefully incorporate it into your playing. Okay, this first arpeggio we're going to do is based on a C major chord. And what we're going to do is just play the top part of the arpeggio. So you're going to play the note, G note on the 15th fret, and pull off to the 12th fret like this. And then you're going to go to the B string like this. And notice when I change the string, I'm lifting the pressure off my first finger just so it still mutes it's muted. So even though I've moved on to the next note, I'm still muting the note behind with the previous finger like this. And that's kind of a really important part of sweep picking. It's not so much doing a sort of rake technique, it's about playing each note on its own. But the sweep picking comes because the word sweep picking comes from the motion of the pick, that rather than picking the notes up and down alternately, you're playing them all in a line with your picking hand. So anyway, so pull off from the G to the E, and then we're going to go down to the G string, play a G, and then you're going to go back up. So the full arpeggio sounds like this. Okay, the other thing I want you to know is on my picking hand, what I'm doing is I'm muting these strings with my thumb. So when I play the notes on this string, all these strings are covered by my thumb so they don't ring out. And then when I come over, I move my thumb down so that all these strings are covered. And like I said before, the previous string is muted by my first finger, and then when I come across here, I'll lift the pressure up off my second finger so that that string's muted as well, so you get this effect. So the reason sweep picking's kind of hard is because people don't get the muting down and kind of just do the raking thing, and it all rings out. So it's really important to practice it as slow as you can and concentrate on each note, and then making sure you've muted the previous note as well. And don't rush the sweep either. Don't do that. So that's the kind of thing. So that's the first arpeggio. The second one we're going to look is also based on a C chord. That C chord there, which I'm sure you recognise. Okay, and we're going to start here, right up on the 19th fret, sorry, the 20th fret. Pull off to the 15th fret, and then you're going to go down onto the 17th fret on the B string and play those two notes in a line like that. Now notice how I'm rolling my finger. This is another important aspect of sweep picking, in that you use your fingers almost like a rubber stamp. If you imagine a rubber stamp rolling over a piece of paper. So here I start at the 20th fret, pull off to the 15th fret, and then I get the sort of that part of my finger, I'm going to roll it from one note to the next. The reason that's important is because when I play the first one, that's muted, and then when I play the second one, I just take the pressure off, and that note behind it, this string here, is muted. So the other thing is obviously the direction of the picking. Both arpeggios are played by starting with a downstroke, upstroke, upstroke, downstroke, downstroke, and then an upstroke to start the lick again. Okay, so that's the two C major ones. So you can link those together by playing them like this. You can play the first arpeggio twice and then the second arpeggio twice like this. Okay, that's the first two major shapes done. We're going to look at some minor shapes now, specifically A minor. Okay, so the first shape's based around an A minor chord. A minor bar chord. Okay, we're going to start the shape by pulling off from the 17th fret to the 12th fret. And we're going to go over to the B string. Notice again how when I finish playing the note, I just take the pressure off the note, but my fingers still sort of stay in place. The next minor arpeggio just starts at the 12th fret and pulling off onto the 8th fret, and I'll just demonstrate it now. Okay, both these arpeggios can also be linked together. I'll just demonstrate that now. If you're confused about what the notes are, just check out the music that comes with the DVD. It's really important that you play those real slow. So now what I'm going to do is link all the shapes together, one after the other. The major ones, C major arpeggios, and then the A minor ones. And now finally what I'll do is play each arpeggio shape once and then skip to the next one. Okay, now you've basically got the top end of those arpeggio shapes under your fingers. Make sure you practice those for quite a while until you've got them down, and practice them absolutely dead slow so that you've got each note sounding out individually with no other notes ringing out before you move on.